Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News Today starts now.
Good morning, Mid-Missouri. Welcome to KOMU 8 News Today. It is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. I'm Megan Judy.
And I'm Noah Culpepper. Your time is 4:30. Tim Schmidt is in the Weather Center.
Yep, I am. And after yesterday's snow, we have a freeze outside to deal with this morning. Freeze warnings in effect for all of Missouri and for much of the Midwest again for today and also for tomorrow. We do have a couple of more flurries to get through this morning, it looks like. On the Doppler radar, it looks like over western Missouri, a little batch of cloud cover starting to roll over parts of western Missouri, even parts of Kansas City down towards Sedalia. Some flurries could be possible this morning. Otherwise, it's mostly clear and it is cold. Right now, some of the temperatures being reported at 29 in Fulton. It's 27 in Eldon, 25 at the lake. That would be a record-setting temperature. 24 up in Macon. It's 29 in Tipton. Right now around Columbia, 30 is the average temperature. Your forecast for your Wednesday is coming up.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all counts for the murder of George Floyd. Chauvin was convicted of the following charges: second-degree murder. Under Minnesota law, second-degree murder is when someone causes the death while committing a felony. In Officer Chauvin's case, that felony is assault. Third-degree murder. Minnesota law specifies that criminals who killed someone acted under a, quote, depraved mind. And second-degree manslaughter, meaning Chauvin was grossly negligent and had a conscious disregard for the safety of George Floyd.
The only question for the jury was, did Officer Chauvin behave like a reasonable officer? Well, given all of the testimony of all the witnesses, everybody else said no. Clearly, the officer was not behaving reasonably.
Uphoff says Chauvin could serve up to 40 years in prison, given the three charges. We also spoke with the executive director of Missouri Faith Voices, a religious organization that focuses on racial inequity. She believes it's reassuring to finally see a glimpse of justice.
My phone's like going crazy even right now with text coming across the screen. People are pleased with this verdict, but people recognize there's so much work to be done.
Gould met with local clergy across the nation, including in Minnesota, to discuss what the next steps are.
A police officer in Columbus, Ohio is under investigation this morning after he shot and killed a teenage girl. Interim Chief of Police Michael Woods said the video shows the officer acted to save the life of another young girl. The video shows the officer arriving at the scene as a fight breaks out. Woods said a female with a knife attempts to stab one person, followed by a second. It's when the female goes to that second person the officer opened fire. Columbus officials are calling this a tragic incident.
It's a tragic day in the city of Columbus. Horrible, heartbreaking situation.
Woods said the department released the footage as quickly as it could in an effort to be transparent with the public.
News of MU restructuring its social justice centers went viral on social media over the weekend, but many students are still angry that the coordinators for those centers will no longer occupy their positions.
Removing social justice center coordinators is not a change anyone saw coming.
Immediate rage.
That's how Mizzou alum Domini Gwynn and many students feel following the decision. But it's how they found out that is also part of that rage.
We're tired of them not listening to us.
The news immediately went viral on Twitter over the weekend, with students demanding answers, calling out the university for, quote, failing students of color again. MU spokesperson Christian Basie addressed the criticism Monday, saying resources are being added, not taken away.
We're making these changes based off feedback that was received last fall about what can we do to enhance the resources and support that you all are asking for.
But students are not accepting the university's response, protesting
justice for social justice.
But even with student protests and trending social media posts, MU is still not giving a clear answer on what this will look like.
We're going to centralize it. It may be that they're making sure that we can share various some functions that are available to be shared.
That's not condensed to me. That's disillusion.
Ari Ellis says the coordinators in the social justice centers, the LGBTQ resource center specifically, have fought for him.
The spaces that you create mean nothing without the people in them.
As MU continues to figure out what the plan is for this fall, Ellis is urging administrators.
You need to change, talk to us first. Because, like I said before, we know what we want to see, we know what we need.
Alyssa Jackson, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
MU had no further comment Tuesday on changes to the centers, but students are planning to protest MU's decision today at Jesse Hall.